welcome back to the Football Friday podcast. This is episode 3. We've got a long one. You'll be able to see how long this episode is. I have a feeling it's going to be close to an hour, over an hour. A lot to speak about. A lot has happened over the last week, and I think we'll just get into it, shall we?
Yep. So, first we got Saliba leaked video from 3 years ago with the France youth team. Now, I'm sure if you want to watch this video, it'll be out there on the internet. But,
Sure.
yeah. What do you guys think of this?
I'm sure it's made its way around everywhere. If
Yeah.
you haven't heard of it, I don't know if you're living under a rock or what, but pretty much, I don't want to say too much detail here, but he's sat with the French youth team. I'm not sure if it was under 18s or what. Saliba's recorded himself with his French teammates. Should we play playing with themselves next to him?
Yep.
I'm not sure what exactly Arsenal are doing about the situation. I know the FA are looking into it and stuff, but it doesn't look good for his career, especially with the comments he's been saying about Arteta as well and his loan moves away. But yeah. What do you think will be next for Saliba then? The punishments, because obviously we've seen Onana get a big punishment, and we'll talk about him next. But what do you think the consequence for Saliba will be?
I think it will just be a fine.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I just think it's a bit weird that it's taken 3 years to come out. Whether it's come out like earlier, but it just hasn't been seen much, or it's like just got really popular now. Whatever. I just don't know why it's taken so long for it to come out.
I think someone's only just released it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why or where they've got it. I'm not sure if Saliba was the one who leaked it. I'm not sure.
But
Yeah,
I wouldn't say.
Go on, Jacob.
I wouldn't say Saliba is like. So obviously, he'll like for social media wise, it'll like doom him for like the rest of his career.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as big as Onana's. But like Onana's is proper like a 1 year for doping. So we'll get into that now. Then, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was on the morning of October 30th when Onana was feeling unwell, and he took a pill to ease the discomfort, which is what the club said in a statement. They said, unknowingly, however, he took Lasimac, a drug that his wife had been prescribed. But Onana he got confused, and that resulted in him mistakenly taking his wife's medicine, which ultimately caused measures to be taken by UEFA against the keeper.
Yeah.
Onana went on to say, I have to say that I respect the UEFA appeals body, but I do not share their discussion in this case. I consider it excessive and disproportionate, and it has been acknowledged by UEFA it was an intentional mistake. Sorry about that. That was what Onana said, so I didn't know some of the words that he said.
Yeah, I think it was disproportionate. It's a weird one with Onana because obviously Ajax's first choice keeper. I think he plays probably 90% of all games for them. And similar to what we spoke about last podcast with Haller being left out of the Champions League squad unintentionally. Doesn't look good for them. But in my opinion, we'll all give our opinions on this, but I think a 1 year ban from football is a bit harsh. Now, obviously, he's saying it was unintentional to take the pill, but whether everyone is fully sure that it's unintentional, I don't know. I couldn't say 100% that he definitely didn't mean to, or what. But I do think a year ban is quite harsh on him, especially
a 2 or 3 month ban would have been more suitable for this, I think.
Yeah. Well, it'll probably appeal, like you said, but like we'll just see what comes from this.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see because it's sort of news like Saliba that just came out of nowhere. Like just appeared and he's getting banned. I mean, I don't know what must be going through his mind and what must be going through Ajax's mind as well. I think who is the second choice goalkeeper? Sketzelenburg, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously they have Sherpen as well, the young goalkeeper, who I
Yeah.
assume will be coming onto the bench. But it'd be interesting to see how they do. I'm not sure who they've got in Europe. So it'd be interesting to see how they progress in there. But obviously in their Eredivisie, they're expected to win the league. But it'd be interesting to see if they do still win it without their first choice keeper. And you could even argue that he's one of the best keepers in the world. Or at least within the top 15 or 10 or so.
Yeah. But next, should we go on to some of the results? Not really big results, but I mean, Bournemouth beating Burnley 2-0 with Sam Surridge and Stanislas getting the goals. I mean, it's Championship beating Premier League, but I suppose Bournemouth were in the Premier League last season.
Yeah.
So
Bournemouth are
it's not
still.
really.
They've not exactly lost too many players from their squad. From when they went down to the went down to the Championship, so they're still Premier League quality side, I'd say. I'm not sure where they are in the Championship right now.
They're sixth. Not doing it great.
Yeah, they're about sixth. Yeah.
Be interesting to see if they come back up. But for them to get through to the next round, I'm sure it's a great achievement, and they'll be hoping to repay the fans with some silverware, I assume, from last season's performances. Ultimately, ending up in them getting relegated. But in the other cup tie was what Manchester United against West Ham. McTominay scored an extra time winner. I wouldn't say it was exactly a boring game. There wasn't too much stuff to it, but I don't know. You kind of expected them to win, I assume, in a way. But it took them a while to get it, and I'm sure with all the games that are coming thick and fast in the Premier League and every other league, especially with them being in Europa League, going to extra time in cup games will have been the last thing they wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, another game that we got was a brilliant game between Everton and Spurs, 5-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, defences obviously went on from there in the attack. Were, I mean, hungry for goals, you could say.
Yeah.
Godfrey described it as a pro clubs game.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, very interesting for neutral fans. I'm sure if you're watching it as an Everton or a Spurs fan, I don't know. Personally, when I'm watching Liverpool, and it's high scoring, or one goal after another, 1-1, and then 2-1, 3-1, or whatever. Nah, if it goes that high, I don't know. There's a lot of pressure because obviously momentum and stuff. But yeah. But next, we've got Liverpool have been linked with Sporting Lisbon's £53 million star Pedro Goncalves. I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation. They're keeping tabs on the young Portuguese man. So we've got a bit of information about him for you who don't fully know who he is. He's a 20-year-old, came in to replace Bruno Fernandes when he joined Manchester United, to be Sporting Lisbon's main attacking outlet in the midfield. And last year he got 14 goals in 15 Portuguese top flight matches. Obviously we're only halfway through the season as well, so if he does continue that, he's gonna have some record on him. So he can play in a number 10 position out on both wings, and he's occasionally played as a striker. So if he did come into Liverpool, very versatile. So kind of like, because obviously Liverpool's front three is very versatile in that, like, they change the shape. So Salah could start on the right, Mane left, Firmino up front. But then in game you could see Salah going into strike or to left wing, or Mane up front, right wing, Firmino come out to one of the wings. So he would suit a Liverpool team. And some of you may have actually heard of him because he has played for Wolverhampton Wanderers in the 2017 season on a 1-year loan deal when they were in the Championship. And then he did go on to play for FC Famalicão, I believe is your pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few years later on, in 18th of August 2020, he went on to join Sporting on a 5-year deal. And on his debut, he got 2 goals in a 4-0 win over Tondela. And yeah, so he's got a lot of goals and assists in him. He's obviously come in as Bruno Fernandes's replacement, and I think it's fair to say, in the season or half a season, season and a half, or however long he's been there roughly, I think he's filled his boots, to be honest. And I think if Liverpool do snap him up, it'd be a good signing. Obviously, Liverpool ever since Coutinho left, they've lacked a creative playmaker sort of. Obviously, Thiago's coming, but he's not quite that. But 53 million is quite a lot, especially in the current climate. I don't really see Liverpool or any teams paying that much for a player of that sort of.
You never know with
caliber.
Michael Edwards.
Yeah.
He could pull off anything.
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting one to keep an eye on, especially for the future, no matter what team he joins. But also, more Liverpool transfer news and rumours. Obviously, me and Zach support Liverpool, Jacob supports Leeds. Liverpool are reportedly very interested in their Leeds Brazilian winger Rafinha, who joined Leeds last summer, for a fee in the region of 17 million, and has since gone on to score 4 and get 4 assists in 16 games in the Premier League. Now, Jacob, would you want to tell us or the people a bit more about Rafinha?
So exciting. I mean, he gets back, wins the ball, starts counter-attacks. I mean, very skillful. I would say of the way Liverpool play, it's kind of a Liverpool player.
Yeah.
Suits the Premier League very good because he's fast and got skills, but Trey's also got a bit of strength about him and like aggression. But yeah, I mean, personally as a Leeds fan, I know obviously Liverpool are no team would say this, but I would be wanting 85 million minimum. Because he's Leeds' most exciting player right now, and he starts most attacks, and he's got 4 assists from that.
Well, he did. He did actually pull off a quite intriguing skill. A few days ago. You haven't watched that? Sure, you could find it somewhere on the internet. But I think he would be the sort of player that Klopp would buy. Obviously, it depends how much money they'd want for him. Maybe he'd be sort of player if one of Salah or Mane or someone was to go. Maybe they'd keep an eye on him, sign him in the future. But I do, especially after signing Diego Jota last summer rather. They have got cover there, but like we spoke about on the last podcast, I think it was Jacob who asked, would Liverpool rather have Shaqiri or Minamino? Obviously, they do have Origi as well, but I did say in the last one, if someone did come in for around 15 million for Origi, I think Liverpool would accept it, depending what team it was. But yeah, there is a lot of a few players that I don't think are just the quite quality of Liverpool. But yeah, it'd be an interesting one to keep an eye on. And but if Rafinha did join Liverpool, apparently Marcel Bielsa has already found a replacement in Juventus's winger Douglas Costa, and I know Jacob's already mentioned to me personally that he doesn't really like him. If you'd like to to tell us a bit about him, Jacob, or why you don't think he's the man for the job.
I mean, I think, well, first of all, I don't think, because he's 30, Rafinha's 24, 6 years difference. Like, Rafinha's got a long career at Leeds if he does stay. But if we sign Costa, that may be like 2-3 years. That is better than you might be like starting like to decrease. But I don't really I'm not a fan of his attitude. He works hard for the team, but I don't know. He's quite dirty. He's got quite a few red cards in his career.
Yeah.
But I don't know if yeah, if we did get him, I'd want him and Rafinha.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Rafinha is definitely like the person that I'd like 100% want out of the two, like to keep.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, he joined. Was it he joined Bayern Munich from Juventus?
um,
Or was it the other
I
way
think so. He
around?
was at no, he was at Bayern Munich. He signed
Kept
for
loaning
Juventus.
him out.
No, he signed for you. He went on loan to Juventus. Juventus made him permanent, and then he's gone back on loan to Bayern Munich.
All right, yeah, and he has had a few issues with injuries and stuff as well. Obviously, that could be part of his age as well. But I do agree with what you said, Jacob. Obviously, age plays a big part in it, and I
Mhm.
obviously I assume similar players, but I know Douglas Costa is more suited to playing left wing. I'm sure he could do a job right wing. So could it be a
Yeah.
straight swap? I don't know, but he's definitely a Premier League quality player, I'd say. But is he the right man for Leeds? Well, Jacob thinks no, and I'll probably have to agree with you mainly because of his age.
Yeah.
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 And for any of you Wrexham fans, you have got a new takeover with Hollywood star Ryan Reynolds, and he's taken over for Wrexham.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I mean, quite interesting, but I suppose to be fair, I'm not surprised. Like more actors, kind of thing, don't get like not just football but into sports because
Yeah.
they've got so much money.
Mhm.
Like they could, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really know much about this until we were planning for this podcast, but it'd be interesting to see. What are they in non-league or league?
Yeah, they're in non-league,
Yeah.
And
so
non-league football.
it'd be interesting to see if he can power them up into professional football.
Yeah, one to keep an eye on. Maybe swap places with Bolton. You never know. Maybe they'll go into non-league, and Wrexham into professional football.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, we've got a lot of transfer news, mostly with Liverpool. Just and another one is that Liverpool are reportedly one of many teams interested in Dennis Zakaria. Now, he has actually been linked with Liverpool for a long, long time now. I remember before Liverpool signed Fabinho, he was like one of the main targets, and then obviously Fabinho signed out of nowhere. That's how Liverpool like to do the business, keep it quiet. As we've seen with Jota and Simicas and Thiago, most signings are quiet, and could even say Kabak to be fair. But do obviously he is a good player. He'd bring a lot to Liverpool, but very similar player to Fabinho in that he breaks play up. He's good with the ball at his feet, can play good passes. But do I think Liverpool need him? Probably not, because obviously Liverpool play with a more defensive number 6 player and then 2 number 8s. So unless Klopp decides to play him more as a centre mid or a number 8, slightly more higher up the pitch than what he's used to, or maybe even he could be looking a long-term solution to play Fabinho centre back, possibly. If this is in his mind, obviously he has played there. He's filled Virgil van Dijk's shoes pretty well, to be fair. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone, no one expected Liverpool centre backs to get injured. All 4 of them, or 3 of them rather. But he's playing very well there, and you could say the same about Henderson as well. He's been playing very well centre back. But Dennis Zakaria is an interesting one. And Zach, what do you think? Seeing as though you also support Liverpool, about Dennis Zakaria?
I think it's a bit of a weird one, seeing as though we do have loads of midfielders. Obviously, unless he is thinking of long-term Henderson as he's getting older, centre back, or Fabinho, would be more likely to do that. But I think it all really depends on whether Gino Wijnaldum signs the contract. If he
Yeah.
doesn't, Klopp might be looking to reinforce in his midfield. Maybe that's just the reason why he got Thiago, just to him if Junior Wijnaldum leads, because he would have been planned with this, wouldn't he? I'm sure
Yeah.
Junior
Well,
Wijnaldum would have told him that he wants to join Barca.
Well, Liverpool planned their business like a few seasons ahead, which is why obviously they took the time getting the two centre backs this transfer window. If you want to, by the way, if you want to listen to about more transfer news and rumours and deadline day action, go and listen to the previous podcast. There's a lot of things talked about there. Oh, we did actually have a special guest on as well. But
Mhm.
I do agree with the Wijnaldum point. If he does go, that'll play a massive part. But obviously, bringing another midfielder in, obviously Curtis Jones has been coming into the team this season. He's been performing extremely well.
Mhm.
Against Man City, I'd probably say he was the best player on the pitch for Liverpool by far
Yeah.
as well. But it'd be interesting. But to be honest,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't really think Zakari is the one, or I don't really see him joining Liverpool.
Yep. Now, got a bit of bad news for Newcastle here with Callum Wilson injured for 6 to 8 weeks with a tear in his hamstring. Now,
Mhm.
obviously, one of Newcastle's top players and main goal scorer. But for me, this could cost Steve Bruce a job if they don't start winning like next few games because they're quite down there now. But like with Wilson injured, it's just like a, do you know what I mean? It's more,
It's a
Yeah.
big setback for them.
yeah,
Obviously, he'd probably be one of their star players, or if the star player this season. But obviously a massive blow,
Mhm.
and he's been performing quite well, and he could have had like a chance in England's squad or to get in, but
Yeah.
big setback. Hopefully, I wish the best for him. Hopefully, he'll get back to playing football sooner rather than later.
yep,
And to end this podcast off, we've got a little going to be a sort of debate. So we've got the out of contract 11, and who we think they should join or probably will join. We've got Donnarumma, we've got Alaba, Ramos, Boateng as the defenders. The midfield we've got Draxler, Wijnaldum, Fernandinho, and Depay, and the front three we've got Di Maria, Aguero, and Messi. Now all these right now at the time of recording this haven't been
signed a new contract.
haven't signed a new contract.
Yeah.
So we'll have
But
a
we're
bit of
just
discussion of who we
um,
think they'll join.
yeah, and who and where we think they'll suit best.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So first we got like Donnarumma. So
I see him ending up at a team like Chelsea, to be honest.
Well, yeah. I was going to say that, but they've signed two keepers within the space
Yeah.
of 3 seasons and spent nearly 100 million on them. Neither of them have been very good.
yeah, I mean, I suppose Chelsea's one of the options. I suppose PSG another option as Keylor Navas getting on.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the route
Yeah.
PSG might get on.
Mhm.
But another one that I was thinking is potentially. I mean, the AC Milan fans would not like him anymore for this, but maybe Juventus
Yeah.
with Szczesny getting older. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know how likely that deal would happen, but yeah,
Yeah, I do agree with Zach though. Like he had I would say if he had a chance at Chelsea, but I'm just trying to think of teams that don't really have keepers or keepers that are getting on. Possibly
Yeah.
even Bayern Munich, to be fair.
yeah.
Yeah. I
But
think Neuer still has quite a few more years in him.
yeah,
Maybe a team like Dortmund, or would you say that's not really an upgrade for him?
Mm, I think he'd be looking at some big money as he's like one of the top young keepers in the world and being tipped to be like not as good as Buffon, but like going that direction. If you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose
hmm
it could be really any top team. Well, most top teams really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
guess it all comes down to money.
Mhm.
Kind of
right,
similar to Alaba as well, who we could move on
yeah,
to. Well, I thought that he joined Real Madrid like he's signed a contract, but then ever since I've seen that, he's not really been talked about as much as before.
hmm
Mhm.
Oh, I see. I'd like to see
I
him at
do.
Liverpool, but we've I'm not sure.
Got 2 centre backs, haven't we?
I think he'll still go to Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But I've also seen Chelsea. But I mean, Chelsea just seem to be interested in everyone these days.
Yeah.
But I think he'll go to Real Madrid. And I think, in my opinion, that will be the best move for him.
Yeah.
With Ramos going out, well, potentially going out as well.
Yeah.
Who do you think
So-
Ramos will join then? If Alaba does join
Now,
Real Madrid?
I'm thinking of wages because obviously he's going to earn something ridiculous. So PSG is a shout.
Yeah.
Maybe Juventus to go with Ronaldo, but
Yeah. I agree with PSG, to be fair. I think they're one of the most expensive, well, one of the most financially biggest teams in Europe. Obviously, he's all but guaranteed silverware over there as well in the league. So that it'd be a sensible move for him, I think. Or he could even sign a contract, to be fair. But
I
Yeah.
think he'll stay at Real Madrid.
yeah.
Opinion.
yeah,
Jerome Boateng. Now, I'd probably say one of the worst players on this out of like this lineup.
yeah,
Obviously, in the
Yeah.
past, he's been massive for Bayern, and I don't think he'll sign a new Bayern Munich contract.
yeah.
No.
But I do see him. I don't know why. I just see him in an Arsenal kit. I don't know why. But
Possibly.
I see him actually like Man United.
yeah,
Like,
but
because United will want a centre back, I think, and I feel like
I don't think Man U will want a 32, 33-year-old centre back like like Boateng. They might want Ramos because Ramos is right now is miles better than Boateng, but I feel like I just don't think he's really got the quality that he used to have, and losing quite a bit of pace as well about him.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with Jacob that he go to Arsenal or possibly even somewhere like China for the money, or
Yeah,
could even go to
America maybe.
a Bundesliga side a bit lower down the table.
Yeah.
See out a few years there.
But yeah, so we get on to Fernandinho.
Yep.
Now, personally, I think a couple of years back when he was I think it was 2017 season, I did read. He said he wants to end his career in the Brazilian league.
Yeah.
And he's getting to that stage now. So I feel like this is one of the most certain ones that I think he will go to the Brazilian league.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But I don't know many Brazilian teams, I can't lie. But I assume he'd either go to a local team to where he was born, or just one of the main teams in Brazil. And I assume he'd go there.
Yeah.
And just get a bit more money, to be fair. See out his career. But then Wijnaldum, who his partner is in this out of contract 11. Now, I hope he stays with Liverpool. Being one of the most consistent players. Started every league game this season, every Champions League game. But I do think if he does leave Barcelona,
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of
It's his boyhood team or childhood team.
one of the most obvious ones in this team is Wijnaldum, and hopefully, I do wish him the best for his career. Obviously, he's brought a lot to Liverpool, and I'll be sad to see him go. Put it that way.
Yeah.
But if he wants to go to Barcelona, he can't really change his mind.
Right, next up we've got Draxler. Now, I have just seen a bit of news about Julian Draxler.
Oh yeah.
That PSG might give him the contract and then might do a swap deal with Arsenal for Guendouzi.
All right.
But I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I sort of see him like as a sort of like James Maddison replacement. Like if James Maddison leaves Leicester, I sort of see Leicester going for Julian Draxler and maybe getting someone younger who's not quite at the level of Premier League quality, and then Julian Draxler can just like there for like 2 years until that young player becomes good enough.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that could be a good point. I do agree with that, Zach, to be fair. But or I could see him possibly if Martin Odegaard. Well, I'm not sure if Arsenal plan on getting Odegaard on a permanent, but he could join Arsenal. To be fair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
but, yeah, it's an interesting one. One of the more hidden question marks is Draxler in this team. Not one of the most
Yeah.
obvious on who he'll join.
hmm
hmm
Right. Next, we got Memphis Depay. Now,
I think that Barca.
yeah, the obvious idea is Barcelona. I've just looked him up on the internet though, and it said Borussia Dortmund planning a late bid for Memphis Depay. What would be interesting, to be fair.
Do you think he'd be
But-
like kind of planning ahead for life without Haaland then, or would you see
Yeah,
the
potentially.
partnership
Yeah.
of Haaland and Depay? 'Cause he's
Yeah.
been on form, hasn't he, this season?
Yeah.
Fully on. So it's an interesting one. He's certainly one of the top tier, like elite level attackers in Europe. So
hmm
whoever snatches him up for free will be getting some good business.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may be interesting, but
Yeah.
I do think Barcelona is what I've been seeing. But that Borussia
hmm
Dortmund stuff, Jake, that you've seen is very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now we've got the Argentinian attack trio.
yep, the trio of
Yeah.
Argentina.
So should we start with Di Maria?
Yeah, we'll leave Messi to the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Di Maria. What are you guys thinking of Di
I'm not really
Maria?
seeing much about him, to be honest. Like as in transfer rumours or on the internet or anywhere. I'm not sure if
Mhm.
any of you two will have, but I I could kind of faintly see him joining Barcelona if Messi leaves. I
Yeah.
kind of see them as similar players, but maybe even like a Juventus.
It was interesting in the January window that Tottenham approached Di Maria.
All right.
But nothing happened of it. He approached him, but
Yeah.
nothing came back.
I think he's definitely going to join one of the top teams in Europe. I think
Yeah.
he's not quite at the age where he's going to go to like America or Chinese league. I do think he's got some quality time left in his career.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Aguero is a bit of an interesting one. Another player that said he wants to end his career in Argentina, but I don't think that time is right now.
Yeah.
I think he can still go to another European top club, and I think, my opinion, going back to
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid, or if Messi does stay at Barcelona, who we'll get on into a minute, maybe Barcelona coming for him.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Like obviously, it'd be very similar signing to Suarez with Atletico Madrid, but
Yeah.
I can kind of see him maybe joining like Inter Milan or someone.
with
Lautaro
Lukaku
Martinez.
being taught.
Lautaro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's been talk of Lukaku going to Man City, aren't
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
So
Obviously, Man City are planning ahead because they've been linked with Haaland as well.
yeah.
I'm not sure how advanced in talks they are, or whether they're just purely rumours.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do see there's a wide range of options for Aguero. Obviously, one of the best strikers. Obviously, kind of over his peak, but he's in sort of those years where he's in his early 30s, but he's still got that quality. Some players lose it, but some players, the elite players, do kind of keep it. And he's
Yeah.
definitely capable of first team football in an elite team.
Yeah.
You say him going to Atletico Madrid. I don't really see that because if Atletico Madrid keeps Diego Costa and not sign to the top 6 club in the Premier League who came after him, I think I don't think he'll get that much game time because João Felix, one of the best young players out there right now, is top La Liga goal scorer. So I don't really see him. Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, but it depends
Yeah.
on money, to be fair. Obviously, when you get to that age as well, it's about money.
Yep.
Yeah. But then the biggest on the list, Lionel, however you want to say it, Messi. Now, Barcelona fans, I'm sure they never thought the day would come where Messi asks to leave or causes this much disruption. Obviously, they've not been having the greatest of seasons. Obviously, could that be down to Messi saying he wants to leave? But what I see it as, like, you look at Real Madrid, obviously they're still a world class team, but ever since Ronaldo left, there's been something about them that just hasn't been clicking.
Yeah.
Ever since
I
they won
mean,
the Champions League final, they've not really, nothing's really gone their way.
yeah.
And I do kind of see that the same with Barcelona. Obviously, they do have so many good attackers. Ansu Fati, who can come in. Trincao, I'm not sure how much he's been featuring for them. But obviously, no one is at Messi's level. But possibly, like I mentioned earlier, Di Maria could come in and fill his boots until one of the youngsters makes it.
Step up, yeah.
I see him at PSG, to be honest.
Well,
There's been a lot of speculation about it. Di Maria saying that Messi's going to join PSG, and Neymar creating a WhatsApp group with all the PSG players with Messi inside it.
yeah.
That's a bit controversial.
I mean, I've got to lean on like the odds of where he could go.
Yeah.
So, PSG 6-4, Man City 11-2, any MLS club 12-1, and then Inter Milan 16-1.
Yeah.
So it seems like PSG is the most likely by quite a bit. And then
it
it'd
would
be
be
Man
some
City,
attack,
but
wouldn't that? Messi,
Yeah.
Mbappe, and Neymar.
Yeah.
But I don't. It'd be interesting to see how PSG cope with all this money. I'm not sure how much they've lost due to the pandemic, but
Yeah.
they are one of the richest clubs in Europe. But I do think Di Maria and Messi, like I said earlier as well, they are similar players, so it wouldn't be that much difference. If anything, it'd be a massive upgrade. No offense to Di Maria, but he's just not quite the best player in the world. So no team can exactly turn down Messi.
You'd say anyone's really a massive downgrade from Messi, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, should we leave it there then, boys?
Yep.
All right. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.
See you.
Peace.